Before T-Rex ruled the Cretaceous, another giant predator stalked the land, a true terror of the late Jurassic. Meet Allosaurus, the different lizard. For millions of years, this was the apex predator, the undisputed king of ecosystems like North America's famed Morrison Formation. You might think of T-Rex when you imagine a giant meat eater, but Allosaurus was a different beast altogether, with its own unique set of deadly tools and a brutal lifestyle written in its very bones. Welcome back, apex predator investigators, to Dinosaur Anatomy. Today, we're sinking our teeth into Allosaurus, a dinosaur far more common, and arguably just as fascinating, as its later, more famous Tyrannosaur cousin. We'll dissect its killer anatomy, explore its hunting strategies, uncover evidence of a brutal life, and reveal why it truly earned the title Lion of the Jurassic. First, let's look at the hardware. Allosaurus reached impressive sizes, typically around 28 feet long, though some giants possibly pushed 40 feet, rivaling T-Rex. But its build was different. While large, it was generally more lightly built than Tyrannosaurus. Its skull, however, was a masterpiece of predatory engineering. Large openings, called fenestrae, reduced weight without sacrificing too much strength. Crucially, the skull had kinetic joints, meaning parts could flex and move slightly. Why? This likely helped absorb the shock and stress of struggling with large prey. Imagine biting into a thrashing Stegosaurus. That skull needed some give, and the teeth! Allosaurus possessed dozens of sharp, serrated teeth, shaped like recurved blades, perfect for slicing flesh. Like sharks, if a tooth broke off during a hunt, which happened often, a replacement was ready to rotate into place. It was a conveyor belt of deadly cutlery. But here's a twist. Compared to T-Rex's bone-crushing bananas, Allosaurus' teeth were relatively slender. This leads to some fascinating theories about how it actually killed. One controversial but intriguing idea is the Hatchet Attack hypothesis. Some scientists propose Allosaurus didn't rely on a single, powerful bite like T-Rex. Instead, it might have used its powerful neck muscles to drive its open upper jaw, like an axe, down onto its prey, creating massive slashing wounds with those rows of teeth. Its bite force itself wasn't exceptionally high for its size, but this dynamic slashing motion could inflict devastating damage, causing massive blood loss. While still debated, it highlights a potentially very different killing style compared to later tyrannosaurs. Now, let's talk about those arms. Unlike the famously tiny arms of T-Rex, Allosaurus sported relatively long, powerful arms, each ending in 3 massive, wickedly curved claws. These weren't just for show. Forget high fives. These were grappling hooks. Studies suggest the arms had a wide range of motion and considerable strength. Allosaurus likely used these formidable weapons to seize and hold onto prey, maybe pulling smaller animals closer or digging into the flanks of larger victims, while delivering bites or those potential hatchet strikes. These arms were crucial tools in its predatory arsenal, a stark contrast to the vestigial limbs of T-Rex. Life in the Jurassic wasn't easy, even for the top predator. Allosaurus shared its world with giant sauropods like Diplodocus and Apatosaurus, armored tanks like Stegosaurus, and other ornithopods. How did it tackle such massive or well-defended prey? Evidence suggests Allosaurus was an opportunist. It likely ambushed prey, using bursts of speed. Though its top speed is debated, it was certainly athletic. Younger sauropods, or isolated adults, might have been targets. And remember that Stegosaurus thagomizer injury we talked about in our Stego video? Well, Allosaurus fossils show injuries consistent with being hit by those deadly tail spikes. It was a dangerous game of predator and prey. Was Allosaurus a pack hunter? This is one of the biggest debates. Fossil sites like the Cleveland-Lloyd Dinosaur Quarry in Utah contain the remains of dozens of Allosaurus individuals, far outnumbering prey animals found there. Does this indicate social behavior? Packs drawn to a predator trap, or a communal feeding site? Or was it simply an accumulation over time of individuals getting stuck in a muddy environment? While depicting packs of Allosaurus is popular, concrete evidence for coordinated group hunting remains elusive. It's possible, maybe, even likely for tackling huge sauropods. but not definitively proven. What is proven is that Allosaurus lived a brutal life. Fossil bones are riddled with pathologies, healed fractures, infections, stress injuries. One incredibly famous specimen, nicknamed Big Al, found in Wyoming, a nearly complete subadult skeleton, shows a staggering 19 documented injuries, including broken ribs, foot infections, and trauma to the skull and vertebrae. Some of these injuries might have even contributed to its death. This tells us Allosaurus endured frequent, violent encounters, either with prey, rivals, or its environment. And here's a truly shocking fact. There's evidence of Allosaurus on Allosaurus violence, possibly even cannibalism. Tooth marks matching. Allosaurus teeth have been found on Allosaurus bones at some sites. Was this scavenging on dead rivals, or active predation? We can't be sure, but it paints a grim picture of survival in the Jurassic. The lion of the Jurassic wasn't afraid to turn on its own kind. Let's clear up some misconceptions. Myth: Allosaurus is a direct ancestor of T-Rex. Fact: they belong to entirely different evolutionary lineages. Allosauroidea versus Tyrannosauroidea, separated by tens of millions of years. Think of them as evolutionary cousins, many times removed. Myth: Allosaurus was rare. Fact: in the Morrison Formation, Allosaurus fossils are actually the most common large theropod fossils found, suggesting it was a very successful and numerous predator in its ecosystem. Fact: those three-fingered, powerful arms were highly functional weapons, unlike T-Rex's arms. Fact: the Big Al fossil provides an unparalleled snapshot of the injuries and tough life faced by an individual Allosaurus. Allosaurus was first named by the prolific paleontologist Othniel C. Marsh in 1877, another key player, discovered during the Bone Wars. Its numerous fossils have made it one of the best understood large theropods, providing invaluable insights into the dynamics of Jurassic ecosystems. It perfectly embodies the concept of an apex predator, shaped by its environment and the dangerous prey it hunted. So, while T-Rex might hold the pop culture crown, Allosaurus was the original giant killer, a sophisticated predator honed by millions of years of evolution. With its slicing teeth, potentially unique killing technique, powerful grappling arms, and evidence of a brutal, injury-filled life, possibly involving cannibalism, Allosaurus remains one of the most compelling and fearsome dinosaurs ever discovered. A true ruler of its time. What hunting technique do you think Allosaurus used most? The bite and slice, the hatchet attack, or something else? Share your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this hunt for knowledge about Allosaurus, give this video a deadly like. Subscribe to Dinosaur Anatomy, and ring that notification bell for more deep dives into the prehistoric world. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp.